That's one of the biggest businesses in the world. Gets it out. It's government regulators. Hey, shut down my donor list. Shut down these power tags. Hey, give us exemptions.
How full is the? I know Jim, you get a copy of the list every year. I mean, is that a full list, or are there other people we think that are here that aren't on this? Okay.
List came out a few hours ago.
It did come out.
We have it. Yeah, they released it on their own website. Sometimes it leaks.
There's a website. There's a website. It pretends to be a Bilderberg website, but Bilderberg doesn't.
Well, I haven't been back to the office. Watson says it's the real list. So,
yeah, I'm sure it is.
He was just telling me.
But, so you'll give me a copy, of course.
Yes, sir.
You'll figure out how to do it.
Sure.
And the still, that's why I was telling you before. Take out all the names of the kids. In those cases,
That's right. There's a lot of them who aren't on the list.
only 2 or 3.
I noticed on their website, I was looking at it yesterday, they say they release the names every year. That's kind of a change from years past. Is that a response to more exposure, more coverage?
So, one of these covers a year. I've been calling something for years.
That's when it started like 10 years ago. Sometimes they raise it just.
You want your seat back?
Yeah.
You will release these things. The list of attendees, and you'll have a polite little story along with the attendees. You don't list your attendees, you'll have a big story about how you do not list your attendees and how secret it is. And you'll like the others to the better.
So what they really do is they only release some of them. Yeah. There's usually 30, 40, more like 200. 25, 130, whatever. Hey, who was that one guy? I think I recognized him. He was in the front seat. It wasn't that tinted. Did you see that? The thing is, everybody says they're pulling these off.
One of them looked like Rumsfeld. One of them looked like Donald Rumsfeld going in there.
Is there any rhyme or reason to where they have it? Is it a coincidence that it's in around D.C. in a presidential election?
Yeah, they've been here 3 different times.
Yeah.
They've been here 3 different times.
Last day, last one.
I'm not in a hurry. There.
Okay. What else is on the agenda? Side eyes.
Well, I know what those are. Well, yeah, socked in sweat in the dark. Let me see. Yes, thank you. They're very upset that year after year they try to get the law of the sea treaty because they need a big funding mechanism to create that new SDI. World War II, fully funding it. They want to transcend just the regional currencies and let the private banks pose into the government kind of a local Federal Reserve. They want to have the UN. Oh, thank you, sir. They want to have the UN out patrolling around in the oceans, but also they count the treaty, all the major waterways. And they're very upset about that. They're very upset about the alternative media, and they do want to get, and one of the Bilderberg members, attendees, who's one of the EU regulators over this, publicly has called for an internet ID, so they can start the taxing of that and tracking. That's what China uses. So they want to clamp down on the web, they want cell phone, they want all these international agreements. They want to arbitrarily shut stuff down. Very upset about it. They're having meetings about 3 super blocks. Herman von Rompuy, and of course course, Jim knows all this. Jim has that source as well. That's one today, and also one of our sources. Armin von Room, he's probably going to pop in for half a day or something. When he goes to the country, he's one of the. Well, he was the head of the EU. Now, what is he at the EU?
Rompu is president of the European Council.
Yeah. Now he's head of the council.
Steve, I think Paul.
Trichet, yeah.
He's a boy.
And Jim's got some of the same.
I got as a European football player.
Yeah. And I confirmed some stuff Jim told me, my sources. And then I've got. They're very upset that the whole carbon tax thing and they want to keep the carbon tax, but they're discussing how are they going to sell endangered species as a way to tax everybody selectively. And they like the polar bears. They say it's going to melt and die, but and they said I'll still blame that on carbon because it's just crazy. But they can find a cave bug or anything in anybody's backyard. So a big land grab there. Also, one of our sources right inside security. So they were planning today. They had a guy out last night. A fake bomb threat. They did that when I had reporters in Switzerland last year. Paul Watson and Aaron Dykes. They saw a fake bomb threat. They saw the fake mask. Of course, they No. They it's burning up out there. They pushed that back, so all that happened, and so they need to push back the perimeter. So they'll put out a fake bomb threat, but and more talk than they do have. Real line of defense back there, and others around the deal. So the threats are they've got like.
I'm sure you saw the police denied all that when I asked them about it yesterday, of course.
Yeah, it's not the police. It's like State Department diplomatic security. Yeah, and I saw
federal law enforcement.
But we had Secret Service 4 years ago. We had stills and video drive by and they looked at their MP5s out there.
Anybody from Philipsville, you find this your name and affiliation.
That's how you can report on who did cover it?
Yeah. You don't need a social security number, too.
Hey, isn't that good the Washington Times covering it? Yeah.
Really? We'll take advantage that you are relaxed and talk about the different topics.
Absolutely.
That is also this is the attention of the American people today.
Oh, one thing, the reason they want to be secret is the locking scandal in the 70s. They're really worried because they're doing a bunch of arms. No problem.
Don't you think the NAU is still on the internet, Alex?
Yeah, I'll write that.
Still on the books?
And this
Yes, you write things like that.
Yes, they're still integrating the North American Union by stealth.
this topic is about my next story. What do you
Are
think?
you leaving, Wolfgang?
No, I'll stick around. I just want to get this to.
What do you think about the use of drones in the United States?
Let me take my glasses off here.
Oh, yes.
What do you think about the use of drones by the police in the United States?
Well, it's outrageous. Our government's been taken over by the military-industrial complex that President Eisenhower warned us about in his farewell address in 1960. Our money's being taken. They're announcing 30,000 drones, armed drones, to surveil us. The CIA says they're listening to our phones now without warrants. They're just throwing it in our face. Our military is being taken over by special interests like every other country that has had their military take over. Our country is completely falling into the squalor of a police state. And it's a real shame to see the globalists move, the Bilderberg group, move this country into authoritarianism because they know the people are waking up. And so they're moving into high gear to try to block humanity. It's disgusting to see our own military that's been used as an empire worldwide. Now it's coming home to roost. It's being turned in against us. And we're not even getting anything from the empire. We pay for it. We get hated for it. But we don't get the spoils of this empire.
Things a good way to control the crowd when the Occupy movement is rising up in the United States. It's growing.
Yes, the Occupy movement, the system has tried to co-opt that. At first, the White House tried to control it, and they couldn't. They had it raided. And yes, there is a big protest, but vaguely against Wall Street, as if all banks are bad or as if all business. No, it's inside monopoly men working with government special interest. That's the real threat. This is the top of the pyramid. This is the top of the food chain. These are the people. And their philosophy, if people get invited to this, if you're rich and you're powerful and you say you want population reduction, you want world government, you want eugenics, you get invited to this. These are the people that spawned Hitler. Before the name Bilderberg was around in '54, these eugenicists in Europe and England and the U.S., they have a social Darwinistic view of the world, of survival of the fittest. They hate free humanity. They hate the general public.
Yesterday, the governor of Virginia, McDonald, and the chief police,
That's right. Years ago. Sorry, just hold one second. Sorry, I put my sunglasses back on. All right, I don't want to put it. I'll make some stuff in the water. Kind of serene for go over this. I got some sleep, but all that beer probably didn't help.
I'm going to take off before you go back home. Hey,
Oh, God bless you. See you again, man?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. Are you kidding? Great job.
All right, thanks a lot. Thanks. There you go.
Don't write a hit piece.
No, he wrote a good piece. Washington Times is like its own animal. So it's not even like really mainstream media, you know. They kind of do their own thing. That ant just bit me. Okay, you ready? I'm sorry, ask the question again.
Yesterday, the governor of Virginia and also the Washington
The establishment has decided to just come out with a total takeover. And in Texas, but also here in Virginia, all over the U.S., the police chiefs, the members of the government, they're all saying, we're going to use drones against you, we're going to surveil you without warrants illegally, and we're going to weaponize them against you. It is a declaration of war by paramilitarized, federalized police against the people using our tax money against us, and it's outrageous. Thank you. Anything else?